Hey guys, starting this video a little differently in the truck because it's super cold out and it's really windy and it was messing up the microphone. But let's get this meeting started. My name's Cole and I have an addiction to Facebook Marketplace. It's a problem, I know, but sometimes I come home with cool stuff. So basically, a couple days ago, I bought 2 more crew cabs. Because I'll put my finger in this frame. But yeah, I bought 2 more crew cabs because the 3 I already have aren't enough, obviously. And the price was right because this one is really nice. It's got all the, well, that door isn't nice, but the rest of it's nice. It's had all the rockers, cab corners, floors done. It's in mint condition. And I way underpaid for that one. But this one is pretty rough. Might be a good mud truck cab or something. But I way overpaid for that one. Overpaid for the ugly one, underpaid for the nice one. So it works out pretty good that I got a decent deal in the end. But I don't want them on my trailer anymore. I would like to put them elsewhere. So I think what we'll end up doing is we're gonna attempt to unload them with the crane and see if I can do that without completely totaling out the nice cab. And probably ideally the bad cab too. But yeah, they're both nice cabs. They got good VINs and clean titles with them, so that'll be good. I can build up something off a bare frame. I'm actually, I don't want to say this because I know I'll be obligated to do it if I record it on video, but this ugly cab, I mean, we'll get closer. The wind actually died down a bit, so we're good now. But getting closer every day. All right. So yeah, this ugly cab it's all there. The rockers are bad. It's got dents all over the doors. I guess it's some old pulling truck, from what I was told. And then this one is really nice. Like, really nice. Nicer than any other cab I've owned. So, this one will probably get used either on the black dually or the, we can't see it because of the trees, or the single wheeler there, because both of them have pretty rough cabs. The blue one is actually in decent shape. But what I am thinking for this ugly cab is, yeah, I already said it, mud truck, but I'll show you what I'm thinking. I'll be right back. Alright, so what I'm thinking is I have a blazer frame sitting here. And it's not doing me any good because it's just a frame. But it's 4x4, it's got all the axles and everything. And I think, I haven't really officially measured it, but if I were to put that crew cab on this blazer frame, that's the front body mount, it would go back to about here, just ahead of the rear wheel. And then you'd have like 2.5 feet of bed space. And I think that would be a pretty cool trail rig. Nice short wheelbase, 4 doors, nice and comfy. So I think that's what we're gonna try and do eventually. But I'm gonna get that cab off my trailer. I think I'm just gonna set it on here just to see how it looks. All right, well, here's what we came up with for rigging. We went through the door with the big strap, and then luckily this cab has no back window. So we just went through the back window and through the rear door frame with a couple smaller flat straps, and then tied it all together with a soft shackle at the top. Is it safe? No. Is it smart? No. Is it gonna work? Probably not. Am I gonna do it anyway? Absolutely. But it is way too windy for me to put you on the tripod, so I'm just gonna have to try and film it live. Well, believe it or not, that actually went incredibly smoothly, and we didn't even total the cab out or tip the truck over. I'm definitely gonna have to wait until a better day to unload that one, just so you guys can see it, because I think that would have looked super awesome to watch, but stupid wind keeps knocking my tripod over, and I really don't want to wreck my phone because of the stupid wind. So, yeah, it's on there. I don't know how well it's going to go getting back there, but that worked. I'm happy with it. It might actually be a real struggle because I don't know if I can get beside that trailer back there. I might have to find a different home for this cab. But that is such a ridiculous thing to see. I love it. Okay, well, it's the next day and it's still kind of breezy, but the sun's out and it's a little less windy at least. But yeah, we gotta get this thing off the truck. I don't know if it's gonna fit under the power line, so that'll be like our first obstacle. But ideally, where we're gonna put it is over here where there's a bunch of other stuff in the way, because there always is. But I want to put it on that trailer there towards the front. I got a spot cleared off. But in order to do that, we're gonna have to move the snowmobile and probably this riding lawnmower and that riding lawnmower, which those two should be easy because they have wheels. This not so much, but we're just gonna pull it over to there and put it in our way for the next cab, because the next cab's gonna go on that frame just for storage, so it's not on the ground. So we'll drag all of this stuff over there and then drag it all right back here once we're done, because I don't have a ton of reach with that crane. That was heavy. But these are frozen to the ground. Just don't want to roll at all. So that means we're going to add a bonus to the video, and we're going to go get the tow truck and drag them, because I don't think you want to hear me breathing heavy from fighting with these for the rest of the video. I did not think they'd be that hard to move. It's just a lawnmower. And before we get started here, I'm actually going to be able to film unloading this thing because I figured out a solution to yesterday's tripod issues. Brick. It's time for the main event. This is what y'all came here to see, right? Let's see if I can't put this over here without dropping it or crushing myself. That would be ideal. It went on there pretty good. Let's see if it comes off just as easy. By a novice operator, we gotta move this back like a foot. Damn it. If you don't succeed at first, just fail and fail again, and then maybe the cruel gods of fate will smile upon you due to your determination in stupidity. Take two. I'd say that went well enough. At least as good as you can get for improper rigging. An untrained guy, a crappy truck. It's on there. It's not quite where I wanted it, but it's not too far off either, so I'm happy with it. It's at least not in the dirt. We'll get it all unstrapped and we'll do it all again with the other cab. Well, I'll be the first one to admit my failures here. Really, that's kind of what this whole channel is built on, is recording my failures for posterity's sake. But my clever rigging plan was not as good as I thought it was. Because, kind of hard to tell, but the strap crinkled the door a little bit. Not the end of the world. The window doesn't want to close all the way because damn, shiny right in the sun. But yeah, it kind of closed up the gap for the seal. I think I can get in there and just pop it out with a screwdriver. This isn't going to the Barrett Jackson. It's not critical that the door seam is perfect and like showroom quality. So yeah, I messed it up, but not too bad. And we're not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna roll with it. You guys probably don't notice, but it's the next day. It got a little too muddy and wet yesterday with the sun coming out, melting the snow. It was just sloppy and I was destroying the yard. So we waited to come back out here, but now we gotta get this thing off. And that's gonna be a problem because of two reasons. One, there's a big chunk of frame underneath this truck that I know I won't be able to lift. I struggle enough lifting that other one. And then number two, this truck has interior in it. Well, you know, the bench seats, and actually I guess it has all the interior. It has full interior, so that's going to be heavy. But I don't know how heavy. I don't know how much heavier this one's going to be because that one also had 3 extra doors in the back of it, so that might kind of cancel out. And then problem number 4 is power windows. So I can't roll the windows down and use my little strap trick like yesterday, even though that wasn't a very good trick. But I think I got that sort of figured out. And I think what we're going to do is use some sketchy fence posts that I found. And I think this will be my spreader bar. We'll run 2 of them, one down each side, right underneath the rocker there, and there, and Up, straight up. And then I have another longer quarter wall pipe. We'll run that straight across the middle to tie all 4 straps together. And then it'll kind of come up on skis, I guess, is the best analogy I can come up with. And hopefully that works. Otherwise, I don't know. Okay, we got all the cab mounts out. And luckily it was drama free because the stupid thing didn't record. But now we got another problem getting these spreader bars under here, and that's the fuel tanks. Because if you look under there, they're butted right up to the bottom of the body. So what we're gonna end up doing, or what I'm gonna do, not us, you're just a spectator, but we're hook the crane, we're just gonna kind of tilt the back of the cab up, slide the bars in under, set it back down, and then we'll hook all our straps, and then we'll do the full lift. I don't know how well that's gonna work, but we're gonna find out. Alright, we're all rigged up here, and I skimmed over the rigging handbook, but I couldn't find the section where it had the load ratings for fence posts and gas pipes, so I think that means we're good. There's nothing in there that says not to use gas pipes and fence posts for spreader bars. But yeah, we're underneath and triangulated. We did the same thing at the back. We're going to lift this up. We're going to find out how bad this goes. I don't think it's going to go well. But it's okay. This cab's worse than the other one. If this one falls, I'm going to be less concerned. Unless it lands on me, then I might be kind of concerned. But also, if it lands on me hard enough, that won't be my problem anymore. Someone else is going to have to clean up that mess. So really, either way, it's a win-win. This goes on there, we win. I'm dead, not my problem. Perfect. So we'll time lapse it because otherwise it's just going to be boring and a lot of crane noises. So hopefully it goes well. Well, as you may or may not be able to see, gas pipe's not as strong as it looks. Spreader bar's held up good though. Yeah, that's a problem. Not insurmountable though. We'll figure it out. I'll be back in many minutes while I figure out what to do with this. Well, if the first pipe doesn't hold up, you just go get a bigger piece of gas pipe. We're probably caving in the roof, but that's okay. It's fine. It's all fine. If we bend this one, we're going to have to rethink our whole strategy, though, because that's the heaviest pipe I got. I mean, I probably should have rethought my strategy right from the start, but we're past that point. I'm already on this path, so this is the path we're staying on. Because that's how it works, because I'm an American. And once I've made up my mind, that's the only way to do things. Well, we just learned a very important lesson. Either seats weigh a lot more than doors, or I'm caught on something. And I don't know what that might be. Great. All I want is this thing off of my stupid trailer. Might just drag it off if that's what it comes to. We're going to try this one more time because I saw something that I think might be our issue. And if it works, it'll make it into the video. If it doesn't, we'll just pretend it never happened. Yep, we'll take you off the tripod because I found our problem, and it's my own stupidity, like all problems around here. Spreader bar slid under the cab mount that's welded to the frame. So if we pop that out, this cab will just come right off. I guarantee it. But I don't want to be anywhere near that when that comes apart. So we'll get the big pry bar. This side's fine. So easy fix. Just, I'm not smart. So same thing that always happens. We'll fix it and we'll be right back. Well, I didn't get the camera on the tripod like I should have, but yeah, we're kind of in a pickle here because this purple strap is like a foot longer than that one, so now we're picking it up all stupid. I gotta figure out a way to shorten that up. But also, kind of not a good spot to set it down. Literally like right on top of the valves. Great. I wish I was smarter so that I didn't get myself into things like this. Ah, fun. Well, friends, as you just saw, we completely fucked it. These straps were too close to the end of the pipe and they just slipped right off. Dropped it on the rocker that was already rusty, so nothing really lost there. Let's see, we'll show you the rest of the damage. Spreader bar swung down and destroyed the cargo light. Caved the back of the cab forward quite a bit. Whatever, this was already a mud truck cab at best. Probably destined for the scrapper anyway. Still usable. I almost got hit in the face by that when it swung down. Let's see. Yeah, you just can't really see it. Knocked a mouse nest out. I picked it up and threw it over there. Yeah, it did not go well, but also at the same time, it was not unexpected. I'm going to have to figure out a different way to get the rest of this, actually. I'm sure if I just moved that hook down to there, so I had more pipe sticking out the front of the truck, I think we'd be fine. But, I don't know, I feel like I should probably do the rest of this the smart way, since I've already tried it the dumb way. Alright, well, I sat in the truck for about a half an hour and contemplated my own stupidity, and what I came up with is we're going to do the same exact thing again, because it didn't work the first time, so it might work now. But this time I was smart enough to use these eye bolts as stops for the straps, so we won't be able to slide off the end again. And hopefully that makes all the difference, because yeah, I don't really want to drop this again. Whatever. If it happens, it happens. Well, I guess I didn't even really need to time lapse that because it didn't take very long. But turns out seats are heavier than doors, because it doesn't want to lift that. We're just gonna have to leave it there until I figure out a better solution. I don't know, probably have to get something with forks and fork it off of there. But at least it's off the truck, so I can move the crane truck. That's a small victory. Whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, we're back again, and we're going to take one more attempt with the crane because I found the missing piece I needed, which was another one of these flat purple straps. Before, I had two of the purple straps and then a couple round ones, and the round ones obviously you can't close in the door. These ones, you close it in the door because they're flat. We might mess up the chrome trim, but that's fine. So, yep, we got them running through there. Loop to there. We're going to try and lift it one more time. It's going to be kind of tippy, but I got my dad here. He's going to be the tagline guy and just kind of keep this thing relatively flat. And I think we might lift it this way because we're not lifting all the weight of that extra pipe we had, and we're lifting in a better spot, and it'll balance out. I think this is going to be better overall, but we're going to find out. I might drop it again. We'll see. Yeah, that went way smoother the second time. Maybe seats aren't heavier than doors like I previously stated. We had a little bit of a hang up with the parking brake cable and some wires, but nothing the death wheel couldn't fix. We should be good. Now we drive it over and try and set it back on a different frame, a little gentler than the first 2 times I tried to lift it off of this frame. We'll be good though. We can make it work. Sometimes all you need is just a little help. Made it back here just fine. We had to fold the mirrors in because it's really narrow through here. It worked though. But shout it out in the comments if you see the same problem I do right now. There's an issue. All right, now that you had time to make your comments, the cab's backwards. We're gonna have to lift it, spin it a full 180 before we set it down. And also, this stupid thing is gonna hold us up too. That's gonna be a problem, but what can you do? We'll just ignore that for now and it'll sit kind of weird, but it'll be off the ground so that these pristine rockers don't get any moisture held into them from the dirt. Well, I noticed one more problem with this frame before I put this cab on it, and if that's here, then I won't be able to get the dump cylinder off of there, and also that's going to be in the way. So we'll remove all that and strip this frame off, and then we'll be good. And also this is going to sit back a little further than I thought. This black mark here is pretty much exactly where the back of the cab sits, which is right over the axle center line, but that's a later problem when we actually decide to put this all together. Right now, this is just going to be sitting on there to keep it off the ground, so it'll be fine. Alright, we got this frame all stripped off and should be ready to put the cab on. This time, I think I'm going to show you a little different angle. Try and show you the levers and like what I'm actually doing over here. Because I think you kind of get the concept of a crane. It lifts and it puts stuff down, so like how many times do you need to watch that happen? So I kind of plumbed it so it just follows up the boom. So rotations on the bottom, then the big main cylinder, and then the second cylinder, and then the extension. And I got them all set up so you push, you extend to extend, you retract to retract, extend to extend, retract to retract, and then this one you pull the crane, you pull it towards you, or you push it away from you. Pretty simple concept to understand. This one I have plumbed backwards right now because I've been too lazy to switch these 2 lines, but one of these days I'll switch that. But right now you pull back and it extends, and you push forward and it retracts, which is kind of backwards and counterintuitive, but I know that, so it doesn't really make that much of a problem for me. So yeah, we'll get this fired up, and we'll throw that on high speed because it's going to probably take a few minutes, and nobody wants to watch 5 minutes of me doing this. 2.5 minutes is probably good though. So yeah, we'll be right back once this is running. I just didn't want to be fighting with the exhaust to tell you how this all worked. Okay, so that went really badly, but I'm fine. Luckily, I got the big moose mirrors on the truck, and that caught the cab from crushing me. Kind of bent out the door frame a little bit, but whatever. I'm alive. That's the important part. Yeah, that thing bumped me, and then, of course, as I'm falling backwards, death grip, you know, just trying to steady myself, thinking I'm tripping. I pulled this even further, and that just swings it even more into the way. Yeah, that's not good. I guess today's lesson is pinch points, because I was in a good spot where I just dropped down and that kind of blocked the rest of the cab from hitting me. I guess I did cut my hand a little bit, but minor details. We're gonna be a little more gentle with the rest of this and hopefully not do that again, because that was not fun. I was a little too amped up from almost dying. I forgot to put this back on the tripod and get the rest of this, but it went really smoothly when I didn't slip on the ice and yank the rotation. Yeah, that's, looking at the footage, I'm pretty sure that's all that happened, is my foot caught some of this slushy bullshit, and I just kind of lost my footing, and then all that happened. So yeah, we're good now. Not really how I wanted it to be sitting. I wanted it like sitting how it would be, but I'll maybe wait until I have some assistance for that, or where I'm not in as tight of a spot, and that might be a little safer. Well, I figured probably a good idea to end this with a little damage assessment, show you guys what happened when I completely whiskey throttled the rotation. You know, you fall backwards and you just hold on to whatever you got a hold of. Really nothing major, actually. Little scratch here, kind of pulled it away from the door. We pulled the door out, but I pushed that back in, so it's as good as it needs to be. What else did we do? Put a little crack in the tripod. I probably glued that back together, and then I don't really care about the cab. I mean, it was, all this damage was already there. Actually, I don't think we did any more damage to this than how it already was, so that's fine. I'm fine. Call that a day for the world's worst crane operator, I guess. That's I think that might have to be the title of this video. So yeah, be safe out there, guys, and have fun. Definitely time to upgrade to the wireless remote, though. That's I think on the agenda now.